Hello traders, welcome to this Bitcoin and cryptocurrency update. I have been away again over the weekend, so I'm coming into this with fresh eyes, looking at the price action, and yeah, once again we have a very neutral looking chart right now. This could, again, you're kind of playing this as a range. We've got to be aware of the downside now that we have seen a deviation at the highs of this range. So obviously we did take out these highs over the weekend on the Friday night. We were covering this actually during the stream, during our poker night stream. And yeah, just a kind of settling above resistance on the weekend, not being able to push higher. And then as the new month opened, we had that quick push up, swing failure pattern, and now we are looking back down here. But we've not really changed any considerable market structure on this yet. First of all, Bitcoin showed massive strength over the last week or two. I think we had 10 green candles on this, and I believe that's the first time that's happened since 2012. Apparently Coinbase had a run of like 12 green days in 2017 during the last bull run, but yeah, this is about as strong as Bitcoin's ever been, and we've seen, well, a massive move up from that. So if we look at from these lows to these highs up here, whoops, that'll be the wrong tool. We have obviously had this move up of 45% from the lows that were put in a couple of weeks ago. So that's a huge move up, and very, very strong for Bitcoin. Now, clearly, again, like I said, we have had this deviation, and we can have a look at that now. So we can have a look at how we came above the daily level, and we did take the liquidity at the highs, which is basically just where this monthly open is at this point. That second attempt higher, which ultimately failed, and then we get this move down. You could also have been looking at this, I guess, I didn't draw it, but this could have been a little bit of a wedge. Yeah, no, not really. Maybe a fake out of the wedge and then you come back down, but no, not really any kind of pattern there that was that tradable. Yeah, this is where we sit right now, and this daily is once again going to be the key resistance on this chart. So 40,500, massive resistance. Again, 40k is going to be a big resistance. We were hanging out there for such a long time that this, now that we are down below it again and are chopping around there, then is it resistance? Is it support? What is it? It's just a big psychological level that, yeah, price is clearly reacting to every time that it gets there, and often getting quite stuck. So levels to the downside then, I guess, first of all, because yeah, we have seen this as a deviation, and that does mean that we could be looking lower. So key levels for me, we do have this weekly level. Okay, so if we zoom out and we're having a look at this, this is this weekly, which again, the weekly high of the range that we're in. This is the first time that we've had a close above here. So that is constructive. The first time we got this close, that is a constructive thing. And also on the monthly, we did get this monthly close that was above the previous high of this range. So for the first time really since, well, since the 19th of May, we did have a close outside of the range highs. It didn't manage it before down here after this initial bounce. We had this fake out and a big move down, but we did get these closes here, so that is a sign of strength for now, but still looking for consolidation on this. So yeah, this weekly being a very important support, local support at least anyway. So if we do see a move down into the weekly, that could potentially be taken as a scalp long. We also have the range value area high, which is now sat at 38,480. And again, this does give us confluence if we pull a fib from down here to up here. Then we do have our golden pocket coming in within this region here. And yeah, again, you can look at these this little 4-hour block that we have going on here, not really an order block, but just these 4-hour lows as being additional confluence on that. I'd also quite like to draw a speed fan on this and see what that's giving us. Cool, so there we go, the speed fan, 618 on the speed fan, currently giving us some support on here. And I can, yeah, we can have a look at the confluence that we do have down here as well on this. So definite local support that we have right now on here. again, it's a new month, it's a new week, so our VWAPs aren't going to be that mature at this stage. Our monthly will clearly be coming down from up here. Our session one, again, is just early on. So yeah, we've been chopping around this, and yeah, we'll just have to allow these VWAPs, especially the weekly and the monthly one, obviously, to mature as we get through the next few days. So anything else from a... So that kind of covers the local stuff, range, value, area, high, and the weekly level. If we do start to lose that and we do start to fall back inside the value area of this range, then that does start to trigger much lower targets. And I would ultimately on this probably be looking down at the range point of control here. Now, if we do come down here and we start to get some support within this golden pocket or within this monthly level, these are also significant levels. So we have the daily, we have the monthly, and we have this golden pocket here. I would expect that if this does move down within this region and get some support, then we would see this point of control move up to within this area. And at that point, we can maybe see a move back up to the value area high of the range. Sorry, maybe not that high, but something back up here before possibly, again, correcting further and going back down. But again, we'll just have to monitor this until we get within... Unless we lose this value area high and we come back into this zone below, yeah, basically below 38,500, then there's nothing really bearish for me. Market structure is still, as you can see, these higher lows and higher highs still playing out for now. And yeah, we just have to monitor that as it goes along. Nothing else really for me on this chart. I would actually also like to do a little speed fan from here. So we know that the price is currently on that support, and if we do come down into this area, we do have the support, potential support of this speed fan coming up on this as well. We could add the 0.5, we could add the 382, and it gives us some other levels of potential support on the way down. Okay, so I think that basically covers Bitcoin. To levels to the upside, we know, like, clearly we've got to get back above 40,500 again before we start looking higher, but we do have this daily up here, we do have this weekly up here, there's other confluence that we do have alongside those to go along with that. I also want to put on the 0.5 because you can see the 0.5, the EQ of this whole range that we're in, is on this daily level at, well, $36,000. So for me, this is looking very significant, this 36k area. If we do come down below here, this would be something that I would be looking at least to get a decent bounce. And then the levels below clearly are defined there as well. Cool. So that's Bitcoin. Let's have a look at Ethereum. So Ethereum looking actually still quite strong. So ETH BTC, obviously these levels have now changed. This is no longer the monthly open. But ETH BTC coming up towards this weekly level that we do have on this chart. So we would be looking at this to act as a resistance if it does get up here. However, like on the daily chart, it's still looking... Yeah, we could still go much higher on here, but I would, yeah, expect the weekly to offer significant resistance if and when price does reach that. We are currently, if we pull our fibs from down here, we are through that golden pocket, but we are coming up towards this 786 to 83 area, possibly, as well, so there is that to be aware of. Then on the US dollar chart, so this is this daily, so again a significant level on the daily time frame with this high volume node coming in just here on the range. So we do have this high volume node right here, obviously the point of control being down here, but we are working on this daily level, and what we can see so far is this. Clearly we had the big wick above, and then this is still being held below, so you don't really want to see this continuing to close below this level. Otherwise, yeah, again, I do believe that we'll see this roll back down, probably to around, yeah, where are we on here? Around $2,320-ish, and maybe a little bit lower down to this monthly level as well. Cool. Not really anything else in particular to cover on Ethereum. Again, we can probably go from our, well, we can go from the ultimate high down to our low, and again we do have the 786 level that this did come up into on here. So again, definite resistance on the chart right now for Ethereum. I certainly wouldn't be getting overly bullish for looking for longs, but again, you can see the insane strength here on Ethereum, like this being the only red candle that we've had in a long time. And well, we've seen a move up on this of, whoops, oh, it's not letting me do it, but hey, yeah, a pretty pretty substantial move up here on Ethereum as well. So Litecoin, have a quick look at that. Litecoin again holding above this weekly level, but still struggling with the highs of, again, this little range that it's been putting in. So we can see we're back within the value area of the, since the whole Bitcoin crash, but realistically Litecoin is kind of split more into two smaller ranges. And yeah, we have our point of control right on this weekly level, so that is very important here. So very important support at $137. And if we can get basically above 150-ish and start to close above there, then we can start looking back up towards these higher targets on this. But again, still a little range. What I do like on Litecoin is it is forming this nice descending wedge on the daily time frame on the Bitcoin pair. So once again, we do have that, if it can hold this daily level and just start to kind of chill out around here for a bit, then we could see this breakout, and again, much higher prices on Litecoin. It's one of those that just starts to take off when people least expect it. So yeah, we'll monitor that, see how it goes. And Link, not too much to report on Link. We did have, again, a change of market structure on the daily, so we have seen these highs here being taken out, and really the main support for me on this is this, well, $18.8 area. We also have $20 to be aware of, so if we do see a pullback on here, I would be expecting this area on Link to hold. Again, resistance here where price is, so yeah, everything again looking fairly similar. A lot of green days across the board, and we're probably looking at a consolidation period for the next week or so, and it really depends on what kind of strength that Bitcoin can show that will determine whether the altcoins kind of follow along as well. So yeah, I think that's really everything I wanted to cover today. We will monitor this, but once again, support quite clearly, range value area high in this weekly level. If we do come lower, then we are eventually looking down towards the 36k, and that does give us a nice little void within here that could get filled out, and we could see it putting in a little range here before it determines whether we're going to fall back through towards the lows of the range or whether we're going to get a reversal back to the upside. So yep, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next video. Cheers, bye.